welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. It is the 31st of October. We have made it to Halloween. Congratulations, one and all. It's 11 a.m. Central European Time, 10 o'clock if you're in the UK, and I'm sure it's an awful lot later wherever you are around the world. Well, let's just say last night's stream was a record breaker. I haven't quite worked out exactly how many people watched the show, but I think somewhere in the region of about 8,000 people watched the show over the course of the hour and a half that we streamed. I didn't get back till late last night. There are some winners. We gave out some prizes last night. We gave out 13,000 SHIB to 13 winners, and I can't remember for the life of me who we have paid and haven't paid. But bear in mind, we have the list of winners. We are going to pay you out at some point today, and we haven't forgotten about you. Today, we're going to take a look at the markets. We're going to look at Pumpvember. November is around the corner. What are we going to see from November? We're going to look at somebody else predicting crazy numbers, which is 1000x XRP. We're going to take a look at Ajax, which for me is one of the most overlooked AI tokens on the market. We're going to look at the news about AI tokens and then focus on Ajax. We'll do some TA, have a look at it. And in the news, we're going to look at LastPass. We're going to look at the Wall Street Journal article, which has been misquoted to the point where America is now introducing legislation based on incorrect information. Then we're going to look at the SIM swap scandal was in America last year. Someone's been arrested. We'll talk about that a little bit, and then we're going to have a quiz. I think today is going to be a low energy day because I think I've only had about 6 or 7 hours sleep. It took a long time to pack and get back. So I'm going to just try and get through it as best I can. Now, depending on where you're watching, we will be dropping boxes throughout the show, and we drop boxes at the end of the show as well. So just bear that in mind. Give me 1 second to make sure that is still working. Okay, I think we're back. Okay, we're back. Right, so let's get on to the markets. We've got a lot to get through, as always. A lot happens in crypto in a very short space of time. You can close your eyes for 5 minutes and something's happened that's changed the entire direction. Luckily, we've not had that over the night. We're at $1.28 trillion market cap, which is up a tad. Volume is up, but it's still very low. 40 billion in 24-hour volume is not a lot. But bear in mind that's comparing Sunday with Monday, and Sunday and Saturday don't really have a lot of volume. So it looks like it's up a lot, 55%. It's not really. Bitcoin dominance, still under 53%. That should push higher in the next couple of months. I don't know. Some people say 60% Bitcoin dominance, others say 55%. I'm somewhere in the middle. I think we might get to 54, 55. At a push, 56%. I haven't got a specific target for that. ETH dominance is still 17.1%. There's not a lot happening. If we go down, Bitcoin really hasn't moved, still 34.5-ish. Ethereum still holding 18. Biggest gainers are Thor, BTC, Arweave, Cosmos. Sol is on an absolute blinding tear. It's up 81% in the last month. And I mean, even Hollywood himself predicted we were going to break 32, and then we were going to break $34. I don't think anybody expected it to get to $37 so quickly. So it's even beaten us. But the best thing about those kind of things is when we do make predictions based on the charts, it's nice to see that some of the coins that we highlight do take off. So Solana is on an absolute tear. Carver is up a bit, and Toncoin. Losers, not many. I don't consider a 4 or 5% day as massive losers. Render's up 54%. Flocky is up 95%. DYDX is up 21%. These are big gains over a month, whatever you're doing. So to lose 4 or 5%, it's profit taking. It's to be expected. Nothing ever goes up forever. So that's the markets in a nutshell. We're going to get straight on with the news because, as I say, we've got a lot to get through. And I also have a kind of a historical chart to show you where we were over these months, over previous years, because there's a bit of a pattern to do with Bitcoin, and I want to kind of go through that pattern with you and kind of show you where we are. Remember, if you are in chat, say hello, let me know where you are, what you're doing, what you're up to, what you think the markets are going to do, and anything you want to get in touch with. I have got a message to do a project review, which I will look at after the stream. I think Chevron pinged me at like 11:15 or 20 to 11, so I've not had a chance to look at that. But feel free to ask any questions throughout the stream, and I'll try and cover it for you. Now, I cover a lot of these types of articles on the stream, mainly because I want to see what their thinking is. Now, we've got Pump November coming up. November is normally one of the decent months for crypto. Summer months don't seem to be too good. There's sell in May. June, July, August isn't so good, and then we kind of get towards October and November, and that's when the market starts to pick up. So we should have a really bullish November based on history, which we're going to go into. Now, this chap here has predicted that Bitcoin will go to $3 million. Now, of all the predictions that I've seen so far, the highest I've seen is $1 million. So a $3 million Bitcoin. Let's get in and see what he thinks. Would that put Bitcoin at 6 trillion? Or would that put it at 60 trillion? I don't know. We'll have a look. Luke Briolis, a Bitcoin advocate who thinks the world's most valuable network will save people's energy, is bullish. He told his followers that it could hit $3 million. And all it needs is to be 100x from today. All it needs is 100x. I mean, he makes it sound so simple when it's written down. So let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. There we go. The coin has indescribable future value. It's currently changing highs, 34,500 where we are now. The expansion of last week saw the coin get extended gains from 32,000, as we said on the stream. We've made a couple of predictions on our thumbnails. One was 32,000 and the next one is 40,000. So 40,000 is our next target for Bitcoin, which could happen this week. It could happen middle of November. It could happen by the end of November. I'm not saying it's going to happen today, but that's the next logical goal based on where we are in the market right now. So Bitcoin is only down 50% from its November 21 peak, where it nearly touched $70,000. So there's the market cap of the global assets. Bitcoin is that tiny little fraction up there, as we expect. To support the prediction, he pointed out Bitcoin adoption is only 0.05%, or sorry, between 0.05 and 0.5. An eventual increase to 10% means there will be 100 times the users, easily driving the coin to $3 million. This remains a misleadingly pessimistic prediction, according to him. So he's even doubling down on his $3 million prediction. I am really not buying into this one at all. At this valuation, the analyst added that the coin's market cap will be unfathomable. Even so, all that is required is 4% of the global adult population to demand 1 million sats to exhaust exchanges. Now, I do like a little bit of optimism with my coffee in the morning, but I will say this. If you are buying Bitcoin to hold on to it for a $3 million price tag, you're going to be waiting a very long time. I think in this bull run that we're about to have, which is roughly, the all-time high is roughly 2 years from now. So it's not next November, it'll be the November after. Do I think we are going to be anywhere near $1 million? No. I think the most optimistic people will say 250,000 to 500,000 for Bitcoin. That's really optimistic. If you're pessimistic, you will go down the route of maybe 100 to 125,000, and that's the camp I was in until very recently. So I think to get to 3 million, you're looking at multiple bull runs. You could be talking 20, 40 years from where we are now to hit $3 million. Maybe 20 million, maybe 20 years, but certainly not anytime soon. It won't be the next bull run after this. I mean, if you think 2 years from now, we could hit $250,000. 6 years from now, we could hit $750,000. 10 years from now, we could be approaching $1 million to 1.2 million. So to then double that from 1.2 to 3 is probably going to take another 10 years. You're looking at minimum about 20 years to hit a $3 million market cap. It's just a long way away. Also bear in mind that it takes an awful lot of money to move Bitcoin. You can't move Bitcoin with $1 billion. To move Bitcoin by that extent, you're going to need, I wouldn't say hundreds of trillions, but you're going to need tens of trillions of dollars to move Bitcoin. And inflation is going to eat away at the dollar. It's possible, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. But what I wanted to show you before we go back and have a look at the Bitcoin chart was this. See if this comes up without any background imagery. Let's give this a second to load. There we go. I really need to upgrade the menu. Come on. Where is this image? It will appear in a minute, I think. There we go. Okay, so this is to kind of give you an idea of where you are with Bitcoin. We've got Bitcoin across the top here, and these are the top performing assets in the world, and it's how Bitcoin has compared with them going back over a 12-year period. Now you will see something very interesting, and that is that every 4 years Bitcoin is not the top performing asset. And what does that tie in with? It ties in with the bear market. The bear market that we had in 2022, 2018, 2014, that's what that is. So put that in other terms, since 2011, Bitcoin has not been the top performing asset in 3 out of those 13 or 12 years, whatever it might work out to be. In every other year, Bitcoin has been the top performing asset, including this year. Bitcoin is going to be the top performing asset. Next year, Bitcoin will be the top performing asset, and the year after. So when you're a Bitcoin maxi, as a lot of people out there are, what this tells you is you need to hold Bitcoin for 3 of the 4 years, and you need to sell in the bear market. You need to sell the year before the bear market, and then you need to return to Bitcoin the following year. So you need to hold Bitcoin 75% of the time, and you will outperform every other major asset class. What's the point of holding gold or oil or silver or anything else? What's the point? If you have $100,000 to invest, you hold it in 2011, 2012, 2013, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, you hold it in Bitcoin. Because there's no point in holding it in any other asset. I know we talk about diversification. I know we talk about managing risk. I know we talk about all these things. I'm talking hypothetically. If you were to hold Bitcoin in 10 of the last 13 years, you would have outperformed every other asset class. That's the reason why Bitcoin, even if people don't see it yet, Bitcoin is still the largest appreciating asset in the world, and there's no future within the next 5 or 6 years where that's not going to continue to be the case. It is going to have its bear markets. The stock markets had bear market scenarios for the last 100 years or 90 years, whatever you want to say. Bitcoin is no different. Nothing can go up forever, but it's on a 4-year cycle which ties into the halving. So that's something to look at. And when people talk to you and say, oh, it's better to invest in gold, it's better to invest in oil, it's better to invest in these products, you show them this chart and you say 10 of the last 13 years Bitcoin has outperformed everything you're talking about. And that's the way to look at it. So that's an interesting chart, because a lot of people tell you to zoom out, look at the things from a macro environment, look at things from a different perspective, and that's what I try and do a lot on here, is to just give you a different angle. Lots of people will show you the chart showing you the Bitcoin performance every month for the last 12-13 years, and that is also a good chart because it shows you October and November and December are traditionally good months for Bitcoin, but this shows you how Bitcoin is performing against everything else. So it's not out of context, it's in the context of every other asset class. So that's a good chart to look at. If you want to have a proper look at that, I will show you that chart again. I'll send it you, whatever you want to do. Good morning, Lidong. Welcome to the stream. I haven't seen you for a few days. I hope you're keeping well. Right, so let's go and have a look at the Bitcoin chart. I'm not going to spend a long time on this because Brogan literally looked at this 12 hours ago. So there really isn't an awful lot of point of looking at this. But we will bring it up anyway. So as I've said for the last few days, I think we are going to have a breakout. And we are not far away. I think we're at 34.4, 34.5. I've redrawn very quickly today. I've redrawn the chart that Brogan did to update it for what's happened in the last few hours. I still think we have got $40,000 on the cards. We have got a beautiful little chart that takes us up towards $40,000. Now, a lot of you might think that, you know, that's a bit of a move, considering we're at 28,000 in, when was this? 12th of October. We were down in the 28,000s. But you got to remember, we're now above the bull market support band. Look what happens to Bitcoin when we are above it. We bounce up, we bounce up, we bounce up. And you can go back as far as you want and you will find huge moves to the upside once we bounce off the bull market support band. Okay, look, I mean, down here, when we went on this massive parabolic run, we didn't touch the bull market support band for, what's that, 6 months, 8 months? So I'm not expecting that now, but what I'm saying is, if you look at this pattern and you look at the move that we make when we bounce, it's a considerable bounce. So when we're talking about $40,000, again, I try to avoid moon boy stats here. There are people calling for $50,000 in the short term. Let's get to 40,000 first and then see where we are, because there is no point. I mean, I'll give you an example. Let's say, for example, Bitcoin did this, okay? And let's say we do this and we get to this point here and we get to $56,000 and we do that by November, okay? This bull market support band is ever so slowly moving up like this, okay? What's going to happen at some point is we're going to come down, and we're going to come all the way down to find the support before bouncing off again. If we overshoot at this stage of the market, remember, we've not had the halving yet. We're not in the parabolic run stage. We're still early. We're still 6 months before the halving. So what we want to do really is we want to kind of have a nice little bounce. We want to kind of move like this. We want something where we hit 40,000, then maybe we come back down to this line, then maybe we come back up again and we come down. We want something like this, which is a far more sensible way of moving up. What we certainly don't want to do is see the price action do this, okay? Because it doesn't help anybody. Yes, it's great in the short term to see a 25% move in Bitcoin, hoorah. But this support band is here for a reason. It's like a safety net, it catches us. We want to use it as support. And then don't forget, we have this huge long-term trend line we broke down under that we've now come back above. We want to stay above this. XRP chart is going to show you the same thing in a minute when we get to it. So although we all want to see $50,000, $60,000 Bitcoin, there's a time and a place for $50,000, $60,000 Bitcoin, and that isn't tomorrow. Let's look at these moves and let's have another leg up. Let's have another leg up and then let's hold it as support for a bit. Maybe we sit at 38.8, as I was saying last night on the stream. Maybe we sit around here. And then what will happen is maybe there's another pennant forming. And maybe we have another leg up to 45,000. All of these things are possible. But let's not wish for it to move too soon. Let's give these prices time to settle. The RSI needs to reset. We don't want the buyers to become exhausted. So that's why we need these legs up and these consolidation phases. So for me, I'm still bullish on 38,008 to 40,000 as the next move. But I think once we break 35,000, I think that's when we're going to go. Now, we're going to move on because I don't want to run out of time too much. I haven't looked at XRP on the channel for about a week and a half so it's a good time to catch up. Found this today. Which crypto has a 1000x potential? So which crypto has a 1000x potential? I found this. I was expecting this to say something like AGIX, something like SNET, something like I'm trying to think of another low cap coin. You know, a $20-30 million coin. I was expecting it to say. I certainly wasn't expecting this. So which crypto does this person think has a 1000x? Of course, XRP. XRP, this person believes, is going to have 1000x potential. Right, I'm just going to drop a box. Give me 1 second to do this, and then I will be with you. Okay. Right. There we go. That's dropped. Everything's slow today, including me. Right, as the majority of assets in crypto open another week on a bullish note, investors and analysts are wondering if any of the currently advancing market participants could make a strong upward push. One of the well-known cryptocurrencies has demanded the capacity to massively increase its price, XRP. It managed to grow its price by 1,260% from 25 cents to $3.40 in a matter of days back in January 2018 when it recorded its all-time high. So let's ignore that bit. Moving, although its current price is well below this record high, XRP has nonetheless demonstrated advances in other areas that could potentially help it repeat this success, including winning Clarity. We know about that as well. Okay. On top of that, XRP boasts a massive community that includes not only the token holders and enthusiasts, but legal experts. Furthermore, XRP development team has been hard at work building the XRP ledger ecosystem. At press time, the fifth largest crypto asset by market cap was changing hands at 58 cents. Now, What price is she going to put on this? XRP has all necessary foundations to continue to grow its price, although a 1000x growth is not very likely, at least in the near future. Okay, I have a funny feeling that this was written by AI, and it wasn't written by Anna. And if she did write this, she has been taking something that she shouldn't have been taking, because this is absolutely ludicrous. So a 1000x would put XRP at $58 from where we are now. Now let's have a very quick look at the market cap and add 3 zeros. So she is suggesting that XRP could potentially have a $30 trillion market cap. Okay? $30 trillion market cap. The current market cap of all crypto today is 1.27 trillion. So she thinks in this article that XRP could go to 30 times the size of the entire market based on her prediction. Now, not only is that nonsense, it's dangerous. And it's dangerous because people new to crypto don't look at market caps. What they look at is they look at these things. They look at the prices. So they'll say, why should I go and buy one Bitcoin when one Bitcoin is $34,500? I can go and buy Dogecoin. I can go and buy 1,000 Dogecoin. And if Doge goes to $600, I'm a millionaire. Okay? And that's dangerous. The same way it's dangerous, people will look at BNB and XRP and they'll say, well, XRP is only 57 cents. To get to $227, if I bought 1,000 XRP at 57 cents and it goes to the price of BNB, I'm going to make a fortune. People don't look at this over here, which is the market cap. The market cap is the single most important thing to look at when you look at where a coin could potentially go. Everything will follow Bitcoin. So if we imagine that Bitcoin is going to get to $120,000, that will put it at let's say for argument's sake, a $2 billion market cap. Now, what can come close to that? Nothing. So where's XRP going to go? Could XRP go to 300 billion? Yes. That would give it a market cap. Sorry, that would give it a price of $5.75. Could XRP go to $2,000? That would give it a $345 billion market cap. Could that happen? Absolutely. So when you see people talking about 10x's in the top 10 or top 20, that's not outside of the realms of possibility, because it's all to do with how far behind Bitcoin they are. When somebody comes out and says something absolutely stupid like that, it fills retail investors with the wrong information and they will get wrecked. Why will they get wrecked? Because when XRP gets to $6, we're all going to sell. And I hope you do. $6, $8, $10, we are all going to sell our XRP because we've taken our profits. Now, what's the retail investor going to do? The retail investor is going to say, but Anna told me it's going to go to $58. So if Anna tells me it's going to go to $58, I'm not going to sell, I'm going to hold it. And the retail investor will hold XRP all the way from 57 cents to $6 to $8 and then hold it all the way back down to $1. And they'll be sitting there having made 50% gains when the rest of us have made 10x's. That's why it's dangerous. Whenever anybody messages me and says, can Doge get to $10? Can Cardano get to $100? The first thing you do is you multiply the market cap by whatever X that is from there. Now, could Cardano in the very distant future get to $1 trillion? Yes, it could. In the very, very, very long distant future. That's a 100x. That's potentially 10 or 15 years from now. Cardano is more than likely going to get to about 200 billion. That would put it at $5.80. So always look at those two numbers. It's very dangerous to read those articles as a newcomer to crypto because they damage you. When they damage you, they damage the reputation of crypto, and it damages the reputation of crypto in everybody that they talk to, because they'll turn around and say, oh yeah, I bought XRP at $5 and it's now worth $1. I've lost 80%. Don't go near crypto, it's bad. That's the problem that we face. Now, very quickly, looking at the charts, I'm still holding on to the belief that we're going to get towards 62 cents in the short term. We're currently at 57. I know that doesn't sound like a big move up, but as I've said, I don't want to see massive moves right now. It's not going to be healthy. We're above the moving average, we're above this trend line. Remember this trend line that I talk about all the time on XRP? That trend line goes all the way back here, and it goes back further if we look, but we're not going to. That goes back to the start of the year. We followed this. These are higher lows, higher lows. This is healthy, and this is what we want to see. So as long as XRP does this, we're happy. We want it to bounce along. We want it to put in higher highs. We want it to put in higher lows. We do not want a $2 XRP tomorrow. We want it to respect the trends, respect the cycles. We don't want it to blow up too soon, because all that will happen is this type of momentum builds, okay? And that's what we want. We want it to have a healthy chart. Look at what happened with the SEC news. Everybody's here, everybody's here. Oh my God, we're going to the moon, we're going to the moon. We've hit $1, we've hit $1. And look, we came straight back to the healthy growth of XRP. Healthy, healthy, healthy. If we hadn't have had that, we would probably be where we are today anyway, okay? So just respect the charts. I'm thinking maybe we're going to see a 5% move up, and then we might come back down again. So we might do this, touch this 62 cents line, come back down, test, maybe then head up towards 70 cents by the end of the year. A 70 cent XRP by the end of the year, I think everybody will be happy with that. So we're going to move on to something which is going to move slightly more than that. Remember, the smaller the coin, the more price action you will see. You will see multiples and multiples of gains on smaller cap coins. The issue that you have is that you have to be very, very good or very, very lucky to catch a bag full of these 100,000 X's, okay? If you catch one, it's life-changing money. If you catch two, it's seriously life-changing money. So just bear that in mind. Not everything you see is going to 1,000 or 100x. It's going to take some time for some of them. Maybe, for example, there is a coin that's new to the market, like SUI. SUI might not pump that much in the next bull run. It might 10x. But the project, if it's built correctly and it ends up working, will be potentially the 2027 bull run hero. You've got to look at where the project life cycle is. You've got to look at where the bull market cycle is. You've got lots of things to look at through when you look at coins. How new is it? How close is it to launching its, version 5, version 6, whatever? What's the activity like? Is it going to build based on this bull market, or was it built based on last bull market? Lots of things to look at. Now, AI. We had a huge pump in AI towards the start of the year, and then it fell away, and now it's back with a bang. So don't forget, lots of things, they have their time in the sun, and AI had it, I don't know, 6 or 8 months ago. We'll look at the charts in a minute, and now it's back. So AI tokens have recently experienced a significant surge in the market, drawing the attention of investors and enthusiasts. The surge in coins includes Injective, Graph, Render, and Fetch. Now, I'm a massive fan of Fetch. Full disclosure, I own Fetch. I also own the coin that we're going to look at next, which is Singularity. So we're going to go and have a look at that after we've finished reading this, because I don't think it's actually mentioned in here. So Fetch has surged by an impressive 55%, followed closely by Injective, Render, and Graph. These substantial gains indicate a growing trend in the market, reflecting an increasing demand for AI-focused digital assets. So the surge can be attributed to various factors. I don't think it's any of those things, to be honest. The growing investment interest in AI startups by tech giants such as Google and Amazon has significantly fueled the momentum. This is more along the reason why. So let's move on and have a look at Ajax. The reason I've picked Ajax to look at today is because it's not mentioned in the article. I covered Fetch on stream about, I'd like to say, about 5 or 6 days ago. So we'll go and look at Ajax now. Now, bear in mind, okay, so this article talks about massive gains. Ajax was at 15 cents. It's now gone up to 24 cents. So for argument's sake, it's had a 60% win. But do this, okay? Do this. This is where the pump has happened, okay? We are not talking about all-time highs for AI tokens. What we're talking about is coins become very oversold and coins get downtrodden, markets get downtrodden. AI is a market, GameFi is a market, Metaverse is a market, and they get downtrodden, they get beaten down, and some coins get beaten down with others that shouldn't be beaten down. Fetch, Render I like not so much as Fetch. Singularity I like because it's trendy, and people like trendy, sexy things. So let's look at the article in perspective. Yes, we're up 50%, but also we are down from 55 cents to 23 cents. We're 50% down from April. So we've not recovered. So these gains that you're not getting gains if you bought here at 32 cents. There's still no gain for you, you're still down 30%. There's no gain for you if you bought anywhere above the red line. It's all loss at the minute. So take things into perspective as where we are. Now, why am I showing you Ajax? Ajax wasn't mentioned in the article. Therefore, it's still not being talked about. There's still gains for you. Now, according to this chart, it's been under its moving average, which is here. It's been moving under its moving average since the moving average really began, I suppose. And look what's happened this week. We have broken. So what do I think is going to happen? Let's just say that's the moving average. What do I think is going to happen? Well, I think we're going to have something like this. It's going to move up to here at 25 cents. Then I think we're going to have a retracement. We're going to bounce, and we're going to come up to this level. Okay, I think we're going to come up here. Why do I think that? Because that is an area of resistance and support that we were at in May and March. So I think there is still massive upside for Ajax, which will take it to, what's that, 32 cents. So I'm still looking for a 40% move on this to the upside. And then I think we will start to see it use the support band as a trampoline to project it higher and higher. AI is not going anywhere. The AI tokens in the market are not going anywhere. The price action since May has been poor. June, July, August, September, October. We've had 5 months of pretty much downward action. Okay, and now we've broken out, and not only have we broken out, we've broken out and broken the moving averages. So for me, my personal portfolio holds a small bag of Ajax and a small bag of Fetch AI. The other one I hold is ChatGPT, which is a very, very small micro cap. So just bear that in mind. Ajax for me still has a lot of upside. I do think that this is going to end up being a very decent multiple X from here in the bull market, because it's AI. So AI, buzzword number one. It's used in music, it's used in NFTs, it's used in all the things that are sexy about crypto and AI. So you put those two things together, and this is sexier than Fetch. Fetch is very much a corporate data, what's the word for it? It's like mainframe. It's just very, 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 very cool, very, very corporate, but really not sexy. It's cool, not sexy. Singularity has gone down the sexy route, and it's more to do with like socials and things like that. So in the bull run, when people look at these two tokens, I think both have equal merit. I think Singularity has more sex appeal than Fetch. So I think Singularity. I've not done a price prediction for this, by the way, because when I reviewed Singularity, I reviewed it in probably April, May time. So it wasn't a new coin. I haven't done a price prediction for it because it's very difficult to do a price prediction on a coin that's so new. So bear that in mind. Have a look at Ajax. It's a good, solid, well-built project. And I'm not shilling any of these coins because I am not sponsored by any of these companies to do this. It's all my opinion. So bear that in mind as well. Now let's move on very quickly to some news. We've run out of time again. Okay, where are we? So LastPass, which I haven't spent a lot of time looking at, has been hacked for $4.4 million. Let's have a look. Right, fast cash 5511. Stop spamming chat, please. It's very unbecoming. Also, right, guys in chat. Right, this is a two-way conversation that we're supposed to be having. Let me point something out for you. I'm not going to give you bitcoins. I'm not going to give you BNB. I'm not going to give you money coming on stream. So if you're here to beg, go away. I don't want you on the stream. That's not what we're here for. We are here to have a conversation about crypto. I'm here to answer any questions you've got. Stop spamming chat telling me that you want somebody to give you free Bitcoin. It's not going to happen. LastPass hack victims lose $4.4 million in a day, and $35 million has been stolen in total. LastPass is a platform that stores and encrypts password information for users. Its cloud-based storage device was breached in an attack last year. That really isn't good news at all. Zach and MetaMask developer Taylor Monahan tracked at least 80 wallets that have been compromised in relation to the hack. Funds have been stolen from the Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Arbitrum, Solana, Polygon blockchains. Cannot stress this enough. If you believe you have stored your seed phrase or keys on LastPass, migrate your assets immediately. So again, right, I'm going to have my 2-second rant about this. If you are new to crypto, do not, under any circumstances, keep any money on MetaMask. Do not keep any money on Phantom. Do not keep any money on Naomi. Do not use hot wallets. If you are new to crypto, you should keep your money on a top 10 exchange. I know what people are going to say about that. Not your keys, not your password, not your keys, not your crypto. I get all of that. But please understand, You are going to lose your money if you've got it on MetaMask. If you are not new to crypto and you know what you're talking about, go to Ledger and buy a Ledger Nano. Go to Trezor and buy one of their Trezors and store your crypto on a cold storage wallet. Under no circumstances should $35 million be stored in MetaMask or anywhere else for that matter to allow these things to happen. Okay? Full disclosure, the majority of my crypto is on exchanges. I should get a Ledger Nano, I know that, but I trust the platforms that I'm on. And I trust them because they are not bad actors in the industry. And if I'm wrong and I lose my crypto, I lose my crypto. Before the bull run starts, I am going to be moving a lot of my crypto to a Ledger. That's what I'm going to be doing, but I haven't done it because I don't trust hot wallets, and I believe that exchanges have been given a bad rep, and it's totally uncalled for. So if you're new to crypto, don't move your money onto MetaMask. If you know what you're doing, you don't trust exchanges, or you want to have that extra layer of security, go and use Ledger, go and use Trezor. The third option of using the hot wallet should be used if you want to go and use a DeFi platform. So let's say you want to go and buy a token that isn't available on an exchange. You can go and buy it from a Uniswap, for example. Fair enough. But don't get hacked. Don't put your Bitcoin, Ethereum, don't put anything like that on a hot wallet, because this stuff happens all the time and you're not getting your money back, and that's the end of it. Right, we've run out of time, and so I'm not going to do the last two articles because I don't want the show to overrun massively. So I'm going to go on to the quiz. It's 11:47, so we are on time. So let me just update everything here. Give me 1 second. There we go. So up to the quiz. So that can close. Right, so what I'm going to do now is we're going to say goodbye to one of our platforms. We're going to turn them off. If you've enjoyed the stream, thank you for coming. I'm now going to turn off one of the platforms, and then I'm going to take 20 seconds, and then I'm going to come back while that stops. So just give me a second, and then we're going to do the quiz.